As William Ives giving speech number 2 for Public Speaking 100, and here's my audience. I'm sure pretty much everybody's aware of where the first English settlement was in the New World, at Jamestown. Where the first Capitol building was in the New World, or actually in America, at Colonial Williamsburg, as well as where the American Revolution ended with the British surrender into George Washington at Yorktown. These 3 places comprise what's known as the Historic Triangle, creating America's first region, if you will. According to the Virginia Tourism Commission, 93% of all leisure travelers who come to Hampton Roads visit some part of or some component of the Historic Triangle, whether it be Colonial Williamsburg, Yorktown Battlefield, Yorktown Victory Center, Jamestown Settlement, or the Jamestown Archaeological Dig Area, as well as the Colonial Parkway. In fact, 2009, the latest data they have, 1.2 million visitors went to Colonial Williamsburg, 915,000 people went to Jamestown properties, as well as about 700,000 went to Yorktown, and 490,000 utilized the Colonial Parkway. It's obviously down from the 25 million estimated year-long visitors that came here in 2007, celebrating the 400th anniversary of Jamestown. Today I'm going to talk about some other historic sites in Hampton Roads that have some significant value, as well as just favorites of mine to go beyond the big 3 that most people would go to. The first one I want to talk about is St. Luke's Church in Smithville, Virginia. It was built in 1632. It's the oldest existing English church in North America, the New World, and it's actually the only surviving Gothic building in America. It reflects a lot of the Gothic cathedrals from England, with its buttress, the steeple chase, the interior wood trim structure in the roof structure in the middle. It also has the only colonial church that has the tower that was built as part of the original structure. All the other colonial churches from the area, in that area, as well as in New England, had the towers built afterwards or as a separate structure. It also has America's oldest organ that was built and actually purchased in 1630. Today you can go there on tours. They have one service on the 5th Sunday of the month. So in the few months where there's 5 Sundays, they will have a service on those. Usually happens January, March, December, as well as any holiday services like Thanksgiving. They have a service, obviously to celebrate the birthday of the church, as well as they do weddings there. There's a cemetery. It's kind of turned into a museum. There's a lot of things. There's some pictures on the slideshow that you can see that represents some of the architecture that makes it significant. Another place I want to talk about is Bacon's Castle. It's pretty famous because it was the first uprising or revolt against the English in the New World. And a little bit of history about Bacon. Nathaniel Bacon was a farmer and was upset that the Governor Berkeley at the time, who was the royal colony governor of Virginia, he felt they was a little too cozy with the Indians and didn't retaliate when the Indians attacked the white settlers on the farmlands. So he took it upon himself to do something about that, him and his followers. They actually attacked some of the Indians, actually made Berkeley flee Jamestown, and they burnt the capital of Jamestown to the ground. And he had basically, some of his followers seized Arthur Allen's property at Bacon's Castle, as it's called now. But it was actually a private residence at the time. They seized it and fortified it and used it as a fort or a castle, if you will, against the incoming British soldiers there sent there to the colony to defend the governor. Some historical features about it: it's the oldest existing residence in North America. It's also the sole remaining Jacobean style, which I guess was a big thing. Mannerisms that were built in England at the time. It's the sole remaining one in North America. It's the oldest residence, like I said, in Virginia, and it's got some significant features as far as architecture. It's got the diagonal columns that you can see on the slideshow, as well as it's a crucified floor plan, meaning it looks like a cross. And those are significant at the time. And like I said, it's the only house remaining in Virginia that has those original designs. And the last place I want to talk about today is Rosewell Plantation. It's in Gloucester, Virginia. It was built between 1725 and 1732. It's significant because at the time it was considered one of the largest, grandest mansions in colonial days. One of the significant things that happened there was Thomas Jefferson actually pinned a rough draft of the Declaration of Independence in one of the bedrooms there. He was pretty good friends with the family, and so obviously it's significant. It was actually destroyed by fire in 1926, and so all that's left is the shells you can see in the slideshow. It's pretty much just 4 walls and 4 chimneys left, but it's huge significance from the standpoint of the architecture that was there, the fact that it was built so significantly that it withstood the fire and it's still got a shell there. Most places would be nothing but rubble at this point. So it's got significance there. There's also supposedly a lot of ghost tours, and there's a lot of ghost stories of people that come and go at the time within the lady coming in and going in the door. It's supposedly, you can hear voices of slaves that were buried in the cellar walls. You can hear, there's a guy that chases you at nighttime supposedly. So it's pretty cool, I guess, but it's not open at night, so you'd have to trespass, which I don't recommend doing, but it's still pretty cool to check out, I guess. That's pretty much the 3 places. In conclusion, just check out many of the other places that you have. In addition to, there's you need to check these out while you still can before they go, like the way of the Chamberlain Hotel, Fort Monroe, or Carter's Grove, which were significant architecture designs in the area that no longer exist or you're no longer open to the public. So you need to check those out while you can. But that's pretty much my speech. I appreciate your time. Thank you.